Hey, welcome to KariMePodcast, where you can carry life conversations with you. I am your host, Kari, and this is my dear friend,
Shemika, Kari's friend.
She is my friend, y'all. But yes, this is my dear friend, Shemika, and she has graced her presence on the KariMePodcast, and I am excited and overjoyed and nervous and everything you can think of at the same time. But let me just say, before she gets started, that she is the first person to be on KariMePodcast. So I am so, other than my sister, but me and my sister, we are one. But other than her, yes, she is the first person to be on KariMePodcast. So I am so excited.
Yes, thank you. And I am honored that you allowed me to be the first guest.
Yes, ma'am.
That's good stuff.
I wouldn't have had it
Awesome
no
sauce.
other way.
I remember way back when this was just an idea.
Yep.
You wouldn't have thought in all the years that
Yep.
you would be hosting regularly a podcast.
Yes, ma'am.
When I look at the dream,
I know.
who can dream and make it happen?
Made it happen.
Facts.
Yep. So yeah. I mean, what was it? About 3 or 4 years ago? We was at work, and I just had a thought, and I don't know. I didn't even talk about it no more.
You would just dream about it, and here you are. And so that's how life happens.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times we would try to dismiss things, we would try to overlook them, but sometimes that'd be the very thing that the Lord would give you. Like here, you know, it's kind of like being pregnant.
Yeah.
I know that was kind of like we just jumping in, but anyway, it's like, oh my, I'm pregnant, and you know, it has to grow, it has to germinate. Like the seeds which are ideas, the ideas that hit your mind, it don't come out automatically. It takes some time to grow and develop, and before you know it, you got all the things that you need to take care of the dream that God had given you, which was just, I want to help other people. I want to talk. And here you are.
I want to have life conversations.
Listen, and this is all of the equipments, all of the tools. This is to help to cultivate and bring about the idea that you had.
Yep.
Yeah. So awesome sauce.
It is awesome sauce, and I am excited about it. I am. Once I start, getting, it started out with the mic. No, actually it started out with, the push to do it.
And we need motivation. You got to know that you can do it.
Right. And then it went to buying the microphones and, getting over the fear of just being on the camera, But once I got on that camera, and I was just playing. And then, it kind of made me think about that I'm not as fearful as I think that I am. I'm just saying.
Well, you thought you was, and then you find out, hey, you got a whole hero in there.
Yep. And I got a lot to say.
Thanks.
Yep. So, anyway, but let me say this too. I just thought about this. When we will be at work, and me, you, and Miss Joyce will be talking. This is all we was doing. From 3 different
generations. Like, I ain't gonna say generations, but perspectives.
And they were all different. They were all different, and I'm not even gonna say that we even started out with, not started out with, but it never turned into an argument.
And when you share in life, it don't.
Right. It shouldn't.
Because your experience is your experience,
right.
And the perspective, another person's perspective about the same incident could be different.
Yeah.
But then we learning from each other. And I think that's the whole point of conversation or communication.
Right.
It is about learning and growing and developing and seeing it from a different perspective, so you realize you're not by yourself.
Exactly. And that's exactly what it felt like. And it gave me a sense of never feeling like, man, I don't want to be here today. I never felt like that. but I never felt like that because of y'all, you know. So, but yeah, it makes it way more easier.
That's good stuff. And it does. Life is easier when you have somebody to help walk with you and talk you through.
Yes, ma'am. It makes a big difference. So
it makes sense. And like you said, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Without any judgment, without any, you know, making you feel some type of way because of the way you feel. That's a beautiful feeling to have. When you can be around people like that on a daily basis, because that's rare. And we all women. That is rare. And I'm gonna say this too, because I can go on and on about this. It felt like a real sisterhood. It really did. And I'm not gonna say I never knew how that felt, but I know what, you know, it kind of made me understand what it actually means. And why it's so important to have a lot of women with different opinions, but you're still able to love each other, cry with each other where it's not an issue. We did a lot of crying. Oh my goodness.
Crying, laughing, singing, joking, pranking, like just little small things, but like we did, like we made that dark nook the best. We went through a lot in those that 4-year time span.
Was it 4 years?
It was 4 years. 4, and I promise it felt like 15.
Girl.
Seemed like we've known each other all our life.
All our life.
We done shared stories and can you believe and oh my gods and what? You got to be kidding me. Yeah, all of that. Lunches. The lunches were the best.
Yeah, I know. You hungry. Yeah. But it was always right on time. It was right on time. So, but yeah, I can go. That's a whole nother segment. Then we can talk about just, not even just that place, but just the development. Of what came out of it.
Yeah. So hopefully I'm not taking over because I know I'm a guest. But what's coming to my mind is, you know, we are on KariMePodcast. And so when you think about how reminiscing can carry you through sometimes, you know, and a lot of times we can have a tendency to remember the bad things, but there are good things. And so now the art is learning how to reminisce over both so you can learn from both, you know? And that carries you through because, you know, it's like us taking time to remember when we overcame something, then we'll share that. And a lot of times our conversations would be sparked by something that's going on, you know, or some type of news or something that was happening. And so we thought we would start talking about that incident, but then somehow we would bring up our life lesson. And that's what made it so organic and authentic. So so take time to reminisce. Take time to think back because when you do that, you start thinking like it got on my nerve being up in there with some of the, you know, with the company that I work for. But the people that I shared the journey with made it worth it, and I wouldn't take anything back. I wouldn't change a thing. I mean, while we were there, a whole pandemic hit. And we here. Oh, are you kidding me? Anyway, I'll stop. Anyway, when you stop and you think, you'll think.
Okay, come on. I like that. When you stop and you'll think. Because it is something to be thankful for real.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. To even think about back then to, you know, where we are now. That's the good thing about reminiscing. Because you get to think about where you were to where you are now.
And what you're going to do.
And what you're going to do.
You're going to thank him right here.
Okay. Yep. So, anyway, that's a lot. That's a lot, but it's a lot that we can actually talk about. So let's get into these questions that I have for myself. And hopefully the questions that I am asking will help somebody else, make you question some of the things about yourself as a woman. And yeah, I hope you can carry them with you, as I said, life conversations where you can carry them right on with you, But I've been going through, let me see, how can I say this? I'm not gonna say reflecting, but it might be reflecting on my life, especially since I have moved.
Okay.
And I thought about this not too long ago about how many times I have moved in my life with my children, just throughout, my life. And I moved quite a bit. I have. When I sit back and write down all my addresses, I moved a lot. Now, I never thought about how many times I have moved until I came here. And it made me think about, why am I moving so much? You know what I'm saying?
I'm listening.
Like, why?
It's good stuff.
Why am I moving so much? Because every single time that I have moved, it was always for somebody else. Never for, it was for me because I had to move. But it was always a reason that I had to make a move. But when I got here to this, to where I am now, I moved for me. This time it was for me,
That's good.
And I did, make my mind up a year ago that, this time when I move, I'm moving for Kari. So every move that I'm making, moving forward, is for me, And I think I done probably shared this with you before, how, just say even with the podcast, like I have so many creative ideas. I have things that I'm thinking of stuff all the time, And, but I can tell it to just close people, family, friends, and just, tell them, because you be wanting to share stuff, But I can get the smallest little negative comment, and I don't want to do it no more.
Right.
So, and I'm saying that to say that this time, that whenever I make a move, it's gonna be because that's what I want to do. And it's not saying I don't care what other people think, but it's about what I want to do. It's about what I want to do, how I'm going to move. I don't want to open myself up to let nobody feel like they can enter into my mind to tell me what they think was best for me, because you know what I'm saying?
I do.
I have to make those type of moves for myself. So it made me start thinking about the moving for myself, and how am I as a woman, that I done said this to you before, like how am I going to start making the right moves?
Yeah.
Like how am I, just what role am I playing? What do I need to do? Because I am a mother, I am a grandmother, right? I'm a, I don't know what else. That's it.
Say it again. You say you're a mother.
I'm a mother and a grandmother.
You are. Keep a name in them.
I'm a woman.
Come on. First and foremost, right?
First and foremost, I'm a woman.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, you're a woman.
I'm a woman.
You are
I'm a mother.
a mother.
I guess I can say mother and parent.
No, I think mother.
Okay.
That's parenting, but then you said what else?
I'm a grandmother.
Okay, what else? Who else? Excuse me. Thank you, Lord. Who else?
Who else? I'm a child of God.
Yeah, well, yes, but now let's just keep it natural, right? So before you became a mother, before you became a grandmother, who were you? What was your role?
A woman.
Before you became a woman, who were you?
I feel like Mason.
And I want you to overthink it. These are the things, again, that we have a tendency to overlook. But that all made you and shaped you.
I'm a person.
You are a person, but what was your role as you was born a female, right?
Okay.
And so when you were born, the doctor said, you have a beautiful baby girl.
Baby girl. I'm a girl.
Yes.
Okay.
But what would that make you to your parents?
What would that make
Or excuse me, who would that make you? Like, what would be come on now, you gotta think. Okay, you say you are a mother.
Right.
Which means you have what? You have children.
I have children. Right.
Who are your children? Like, not their name, but what is their role in your life?
Who are my children and what is their role?
But let me go back. Okay, I may be doing too much. But the roles of your children, what are they? What are the roles of your children?
What are the roles of my children? A teacher?
Nope.
Not it. Am I kind of no?
Mm-mm.
I'm not hitting it.
So that's okay. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead because we're on a podcast.
That's
But
okay.
but this is how we were talking.
Right.
This is what we do.
Yes.
And so here we go.
I'm asking.
So before you become a woman, before you become a mother, before you become a grandmother, before you even become a podcast host, you were a daughter. That was your very first role.
Right. Okay. I see.
So
what
you
you're saying.
did say a girl, but like I have a pet peeve when it comes to someone saying, "Oh, you have children. What do you have?" Somebody say, "Well, I have 10 girls and 3 boys."
Right.
No, I don't. I never had. I mean, I understand that it's a girl or boy.
Right.
But in my mind, I was always raising or training sons and daughters.
Gotcha. Okay. I got you. I see what you're saying.
So
Right.
the first thing, you a daughter.
I'm a daughter.
At the end of the day, somebody birthed me.
Right.
I'm attached to someone.
Gotcha.
And so you developed in that role to become a young lady.
Right.
Well, before you became a young lady, you was a child, a teenager. You know, we go through the different phases.
Right.
But yeah, so then you became a young lady. Then you entered into motherhood role once you received a seed.
Okay.
Got it?
That's good. Yeah.
But prior to, I wasn't. But can I challenge that? You were already a mother before you even breathed your first breath. The Lord had already written out your days. So you entered into a role in which you already were. So it's kind of like, if I could say it like this, it's like a playwright writes a play. He already see everybody in their role. But the role and the actress or the actor, they hadn't met it yet.
Right.
But I can see you so clear.
Right.
It's just a matter of time
Right.
before you enter into that role.
Yes.
And there you have it.
Yes.
Okay.
So no, that's good. Now I'm listening to you because that's keep going.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's good.
So one thing that I do want to bring up too is that roles are attached to some form of relationship, right? Because if there was no father, mother, then you wouldn't have the role of a daughter.
Right.
If there is no child, there's no role of a mother.
Right.
So now let me say this. Wisdom says, respect the role and respect the relationship and make it as best as you can. Can I control my daughter? No. Can I control my son? No. But I can control me in this relationship. Why? Because I take my role serious.
Right.
Even if I had a horrible mother, even if I had an absent father,
Right.
it doesn't matter. I have come to a place to accept the ownership that I am a mother to mine.
Right.
And it's going to be different.
Exactly.
And that's that on that.
Right.
So that's that. You also mentioned something that I love. I love this.
Okay, good.
So you mentioned about moving.
Okay.
And so when you said moving, what came to my mind? You said you have moved all your life. You've had many addresses. Or addresses, depending on where you're from. We're from Memphis.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you can move and just be in motion. But it's something about when you say, you know what, this move, and you said this move is different. Could it be that this move is different because you relocated? I'm not even the same woman I was. So it's like, yeah, I was moving back then.
Right.
Why? Because that's just what you do.
That's what you do.
Right? I was attached to so-and-so, you know, even the role of a friend. Or even in a relationship like a boyfriend or girlfriend, like, yeah. So when you around certain people, you move different.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
But then when you come to a place and you're like, no, this is for me,
right.
on me.
Yep.
I'm relocating.
Yep.
This time I'm not reacting. I'm responding to what I want.
Yes.
And I want some different. So where, you know, sometimes in life I'll tell you a philosophy that has been challenged for me.
Okay.
It's one thing to make a decision. It's another thing to make a choice. Right? You have given me something to drink. Would you like water or tea? You gave me choices. But if I have made a decision not to drink anything here, it's nothing you can do. You can keep your choices.
Right.
Why? Because I decided.
Because you chose not to do that.
I decided. So a decision is I cut off all choices. So you're not even an option to me.
Okay.
You so-called presented some options to me.
Right.
But I already decided I don't fool with your kind. So you can't even
good.
come to me with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And I did this for me. Where I am now, where you are now, is for me.
Right.
It don't have anything to do with my mama, my daddy, my children, my friend, my co-worker, this is what I decided for my life.
A year ago.
Did you hear me? Again, it started out with a decision that I made and I cut all other options out. I'm not going back there. You know, you're welcome to come and move in there. But no. Made a decision, cutting it off. So so decision means to cut.
Dude, that's good.
There you go.
That is good.
There you go. But you know what the world teaches us, or try to teach us? Oh, decisions and choices are the same thing. No. No, they're not. Because once I made a cutoff, I'm not doing that. And you cannot tell me different. Why? I made a decision.
And I was letting people make decisions for me. That's why.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. That's it. So now, guess what? I moved different. I moved from a relocated place and I'm planted.
Okay.
And I'm good. I'm not perfect, but I am perfecting. That means I'm maturing. So now I'm learning to stand on my own too. I'm learning. I'm growing and developing. So guess what? I'm not saying I don't need you, but allow me to reintroduce myself. Allow me to redefine these lines, because I allowed you in space you should never have been in. So now I have to redefine the boundaries.
Change the chapter. Write a new narrative. As the young people say, I don't want that narrative on me. No, I don't. That's old. That's an old chapter.
And can we be real honest?
Okay.
And it's not to say that that chapter didn't exist.
Right.
But just like in any story, and just like in any movie, you can see the character develop.
Right.
You're like, oh my goodness, she grew up.
That is so true.
Oh my goodness, did you see that shift? It's just like you can see a shift in a matter of hours or minutes or chapters.
Right.
And it all happened one page at a time.
Yeah.
So don't dismiss those little small turns
Right.
or moves.
Yeah.
Before you know it, like, let me say this. Now that you look up, you like, I have relocated.
Oh my goodness.
I used to move and just be feeling around. Now I'm in a new place.
Exactly.
When you relocate, I'm in a new place.
Yeah.
And I really don't need all of that.
No.
I don't need you. Whoever you are, you know what I mean?
No.
It's like you cause more,
Yeah.
you come with too much.
Too much. Too much.
Yeah.
And you don't realize until it's gone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So with this move, I find myself wanting to be able to know how to move by myself, you know, without feeling like I'm by myself.
It's good.
You know, I want to be able to know that, and I say this all the time because, you know, and I'm probably going to be wrong for saying this, but I don't care. I'm not a big, huge, like, Beyonce fan, right? But I do like some of her music, all right? But she got that song, Me, Myself, and I. And it's something about her saying that that's all I got in the end. Because when I found out, it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow to, from now on, I'm going to be my own best friend. That's good. Because that makes sense.
She made a decision.
She made a decision.
To cut everybody, all those other options off. Me looking to you to meet a need, me looking to you to do whatever.
Right.
No. This is on me, for me.
Yep.
Now for me, it's like for me by faith. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's like you, even as much as we try to say, you know, that we don't have faith or we don't believe in nothing, it's me and all that. At the end of the day, we were born attached, so we have attachments, whether we want to acknowledge or, I don't know, like, how can I say it? Like, attachments come with living this life.
Okay.
Right?
That's true.
Every person that's here may have a jacked up paternal situation or relationship,
Right.
but at the end of the day, those two got together and you got here.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Right.
that seed was planted in their womb, and your mama carried you through and pushed you out, and you here. Somebody took the time to feed you, change you, get you to school, whatever needed to be done for you.
Right.
Someone's life was interrupted as a result of seeing about us.
Right.
And so when it comes to those attachments, we have to make sure that, let me go back. As we mature, we begin to see that certain attachments just not healthy.
Right.
So now that I'm mature enough, I can go and fix my own plate.
Right.
I can go and get it myself.
Yes.
And I never heard the song by Beyonce, but I can see that there may be the realization that she came to, or the actualization that she came to, that, hey, before I need a best friend, let me be a best friend to myself.
Right.
Because I was born by myself, but I was born in a family too.
Right.
Again, you were placed for their growth and development.
Yeah. So now that I am, you know, in this world, and I'm still here, and I've, you know, I'm still a mother and I'm still a grandmother. However, you know, my children, they grown, you know, and they have their own way of thinking, you know. So it has become important to me to, you know, be an example or be, you know, somebody they can depend on and turn to. Like, I want them to be able to look at me and say, you know, if I can't go to nobody else, I can go to my mama for some wisdom or some insight, even though I might make this decision or that decision. I just feel like now that, you know, now that I am to myself, now I want to try to figure out how can I be different in this role, you know, of my life. How can I be, you know, how can I get away from the I don't really want to say the old me.
It's okay.
But
listen, old and new is real.
Yeah.
But you want to. The word that I wrote down was rediscover.
Yes.
I want to find out who am I.
Right.
Because the truth of the matter is, women in particular. Well, I'll say people. I say we enter different roles before we even come to the realization of just celebrating who we are. You know, it's just like, yeah, I'm a mother, and yeah, I'm a grandma, but I'm a woman first.
Right.
Like at the foundation, you would not be a mother or a grandmother if you didn't know that you was a woman.
Right.
But before I could really get a grasp on being a woman, I was already in a whole new role.
Yeah.
I didn't get to find out what womanhood really was.
No. Sure did.
We were just thrust in these different things. Nobody showed us or told us or gave us the value and worth of being born female.
Right.
Oh, baby.
And not in the power.
Yes.
The power.
That's what I'm saying.
And the influence and all those things that we do have just from being a woman that we took under, wherever it's tucked under.
Yes, ma'am. That being born a woman, being born a female,
right?
You automatically come with the ability, enormous ability to influence and impact.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Like our touch is not like a man's touch.
Right.
And both of them are awesome in their prospective places. So listen, your fingerprint, my touch, my children, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, but my children would never ever forget my touch on their life. I don't care where they go.
Right.
And even when I leave and go on to glory, they gonna remember their mother.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
They had the touch of their mother.
Yeah.
Now for me, it's like you was just mentioning about or we was talking about womanhood. And so let's say you think about being a woman, it's like, what is it or who is it that I want the world to remember about this feminine touch?
Right.
It should be a breath of fresh air, so gracious. And I don't have to be naked to make an impact or influence. I'm talking about that I embody greatness. You embody excellence.
Right.
That it's like, oh, I need to get back and sit down and relearn this thing again. Yeah. So then when you think about a womanhood, it's like you have the potential and you have, you have the potential and the capability of carrying. Let that sink in.
Right. Yeah.
You not only taking care of your own life, but you are able to sustain and care for another human being in you.
Wow.
Wow, that's what I'm saying.
I think about it all the time.
But guess what? We don't talk about those things.
Don't.
So when a young lady is coming up and I hate being a woman, no, wait a minute.
Right.
Let me tell you what all you possess. Girl, bring me your purse so I can show you what all you got. I wouldn't listen. I'm getting ready to go deep. Here we go. With my cycles, my mood changes, I don't know what's going on, my insecurities. And when I say insecurities, I'm not meaning just superficial insecurities. I'm talking about not knowing what the future holds, if I'm going to have somebody to hold me down, if I'm going to have somebody to run to or whatever. The truth of the matter is, we all have insecurities, so kill that. Now, the thing is, managing those insecurities, right? So with all of that, I wouldn't change nothing. I'm so glad I was born a girl. I don't know what to do. Yeah. To be able to just be so feminine. Now we can be extra, cause the polishing the nails and putting makeup on, it's just a lot. But then it's like it's fun though, cause we have been graciously given by our Heavenly Father the ability to create a look. Okay. To be able to change our hairstyle, to be able to put on perfume and smell good. Come on. Yeah. We get to just flow.
I know.
It's exciting.
And look, it don't have confidence behind it.
Come on.
Sometimes it's just it's a certain kind of walk. Yes, you have.
Just like men, like you something when we see a man with swag.
Yeah.
I think that's the word. I mean, you know, we was coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, but like it's just this. Ooh,
Yeah.
he just command attention.
Yeah.
Don't let him come in with a suit.
Oh my goodness.
You know, haircut,
Yeah.
cologne. When Patrick got porn, it's like, ooh, what we doing?
Okay.
And it make you want to get ready.
Right.
And it's the same thing. I believe our influence, when we get ready and we looking beautiful, it should be like we command attention is what I'm saying.
Right.
And it's not in a negative way. It's just like, ooh, where's she going? And before you know it, it make him want to come up.
Right.
You got to improve. Because you know you're not going to step to me like that.
Okay.
You're not even going to disrespect me like that.
Right. Not now.
And I haven't said a word.
Yeah.
But the way I carry myself, it makes you have to come up. When you come, that's nugget.
Come on.
Nudge it.
Come on.
When we come up, when we finally relocate, everybody has to adapt and adjust.
They need to.
Yeah.
Because it's a come up. For sure.
Yes. And hey, and then you get to a place of maturity that it's okay if you don't want to go with me. But I'm going.
I'm moving.
Relocating.
Yeah.
And I'm out.
Yeah.
Everybody going with me, come on.
Come on, I'm ready.
When you start seeing me move, because I told you that I was leaving at so-and-so o'clock.
Right.
At 50, I'm going to whatever destination.
Right.
Now you sit there because you didn't think I was packing, but I was getting ready the whole time.
Right.
Now when I finally get 50 and I'm not in that role anymore, you're going to be looking like, but I told you at 50 I was good.
I'm out.
And I meant it.
And listen, that's the decision. And I made a choice.
Listen, once you, okay,
Come on.
Care Bear.
I'm sorry.
When you begin to make a decision, then the choices you make, they just fall in line with the decision.
Yeah.
But how we have been living is making choices and then expecting a decision to happen.
Exactly.
You're doing it backwards.
It's like a need and a want. Or
Yeah,
a want and a need or whatever. Because it's going to all, once the need or something, it's going to all fall together anyway.
Yes.
So it's the same thing.
But do not. So I want to make sure it's okay.
Okay.
We are experiencing frustrations in our life because we are making choices with no definite destination. The decision is the definite destination. Okay? So once I know that I'm going to be at a certain place by a certain time, then all of my choices come from the decision that I made.
Right.
But what we have been doing in meeting frustration is that I've been making choices trying to get here. No, you can't do that.
No.
You're gonna be zigzagging.
Yeah.
But it's something about when you have single vision, a definite purpose.
Right.
You're not moving me from that.
No.
You can't move me from being a mother, being a woman, a woman of God. Yeah, I'm reflecting the whole time.
Exactly. And you're going to put in the work to do it and make sure that you get there.
That's the decision. I mean, those are the choices.
Right.
Yes.
So that's where I'm at.
Facts. That's a good place. Welcome.
Thank you. So it's our development and movement from here, because now I'm here. It's like, oh, I think I like this. You know, I think I like just the I don't know, the things that's leading up to, okay, now, you know, where I was like, you know, I was insecure, or I wasn't not trustworthy, but I didn't trust.
Trust,
you know,
meaning yourself?
I didn't trust myself or any decision. You know, I did just roll with it.
Yeah, I can see. I'm not saying I can see that. I'm not talking about I can see that in you, but I can see that in life.
Yeah.
Where when you are uncertain, then it does lead to insecurities, and it does lead to not making wise choices or decisions.
Yeah.
Like I don't even have one. Where you going? I don't know.
I don't know.
So then you make I don't know choices.
Right. And then once you, I think that once you, I'm just saying for me, once I start looking back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I don't know if I should be even thinking about this, but I'm looking back now, trying to figure out, why did I make them kind of choices?
That's wise. That's wise.
You
Now
know?
you don't stay too long.
I ain't staying long.
But the
You're
past,
right.
the past, and a lot of times we do tell people to get over the past. You know, you got to move on from the past. The past is history. But then the purpose of us going back to the past is to learn the lesson.
Right.
Because if you don't learn it, you're going to repeat it.
Right.
We say that all the time,
Exactly.
but that even applies in our own life. It's like, okay, wait, why did I do that?
Why?
Why did I drop my standard? What
Right.
happened?
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, did I have a fear of being alone? Did I think that I would never get anybody? Like, you know, or did I feel like that I wasn't confident? You know, instead of what's wrong with you, the question is, what happened? Something happened to make you begin to stop making decisions and start making unhealthy choices. You know, just think about, like, a lot of us, okay, you think about food choices. You know, I'm big on, you know, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So, but there could be a hunger that's there. And I know that I shouldn't be eating unhealthy.
Okay, so I do have a question.
Okay.
So, and this is a Bible question.
Wow. Okay.
Because through my development, or through me developing or discovering, my womanhood is I guess that's what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm discovering. I'm just, this all new to me, but I'm going through the steps in the journey of now where I'm supposed to be in this life of being 51 years old.
Beautiful.
You know, just I want to be able to enjoy it the rest of my summers, as you say.
Yes.
That sticks with me.
That's wow.
That sticks with me.
Yes.
But anyway, I don't have a lot, and I want to enjoy the rest of my life. But anyways, why isn't there and it probably is, but why wasn't there a woman a part of the 12 disciples?
Interesting.
Like, why do you think, let me say that, why do you feel like, or why none of those 12, there was not a woman there?
So I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
The wisdom of God, He had the prerogative and the sovereignty not to call one. That's the ultimate answer,
Okay.
right? Because I don't know. You know, I would have to.
Has that ever?
So even though it was not a woman that was present in the 12, it was in the mind of God to use a woman. It was in the mind of God to have a woman to go back to the 12 to let them know that He was risen. So if you had the thought, or if the thought may come to our mind as women that we are insignificant, that's far from the truth.
Right.
He didn't want us to be a part, maybe. And well, if He didn't include us, then He didn't. He didn't want us to be a part of that building phase. That was for the men to do.
Right.
And it's okay for men to operate in their role and women to operate in theirs.
Right.
But He did include both.
Which is why I was, and I probably shouldn't ask that question.
There is no wrong question to ask.
But that's why I needed it to be. It was just a question in my mind, like what role as women are we supposed to play, really, in this world? You know, because we be, you know, speaking from experience, I've been so out of order. You know, it feels out of order. You know, it feels it's just, you know, it goes back to a lot of decisions that I made. I don't know my role.
Yeah, what's coming to my mind too is not only disorderly but dysfunction.
Dysfunction, right?
And we've come to think that dysfunction is normal. We've normalized dysfunction and disorder.
Yes.
So you asking the question, that's not bad. Like, again, relationship, We're a friendship. You trust that I will give you what I believe to be the truth, right? Again, we don't know why God did it, but we can at least explore it.
Right.
And in the fullness of time, He will make it known if what we came up with was wrong.
Right.
But when you spend time in the Word, then you realize He never left women out. Never.
Yeah.
In the beginning, He created male and female.
Right.
Humans, because they are in this pride of wanting to be in control, then you try to minimize my significance, but you wouldn't be here without me. And I wouldn't be here without you.
Right.
One is not greater than the other. Male and female complement each other.
Right. That's
Don't
good.
forget it.
That's good.
Yeah. So just because I don't sow seed, that don't mean that I'm insignificant. I carry the seed.
Right.
And I know my role, and I handle it well.
So I have another question. However, this will definitely have to be a part 2.
Okay.
Because you gonna go on and on about this one.
Okay.
But my next question is, on the next time that we talk, how do I navigate in this world now as a single woman?
Part 2?
Part 2.
Okay.
You can start off what you're gonna say.
Okay.
You know.
So I do want to say that a lot of time, let me go back. It is not difficult to function and navigate as a single woman.
Right.
Though it appears, due to the disorder and dysfunction, that it's impossible. It's not impossible.
Okay.
So I do want you, I want you to entertain the idea and keep affirming that this is not impossible.
Okay.
It's not impossible. And so now, in the beginning of our conversation, you had made mention about being alone. And so the 2 words came to my mind is, there's a difference between solitude and isolation. You can be in solitude and you're growing, you're reflecting, you're meditating, you're solo, but you are never alone, especially if you're giving your life to the Lord.
That's true.
Now, in isolation, I didn't put you in a room, a corner, and you by yourself and you can't do nothing. Like, no, you just secluded. No, there's a difference.
Right.
So solitude is quiet time. It's in quietness, it's in stillness. I'm still, I'm not moving anymore.
Right.
Why? I've relocated. I'm planted now. And I want to be a thriving single woman in this world.
Yes.
I don't want to be desperate. I don't want to be needy. I don't need no man to do nothing for me.
Yeah.
What's coming to my mind is John chapter 4.
Okay.
The woman at the well, she was notorious about going to this well, and Jesus told his disciples, I need to get to Samaria. I got an appointment with this woman. She come at noontime. It's high time. It's hot. And ain't nobody there to bother her while she in her moment. So anyway, I'm going to fast forward the story. But anyway, Jesus asked her for a cup of water. He was talking to somebody thirsty, modern day.
Right.
And she was like, well, you ain't got nothing to drink with, right? And so he was like, girl, if you knew who you was talking to, you would be asking me to drink. And then she said, well, give me some of that. There go her thirst, showed up. Give me some. Wait a minute, shawty. You go ask your husband. I ain't married, you said. So she began to ask him. She desperate. She want him to give her some of this water that she won't have to thirst again. And he told her to go to your husband or whatever the case may be. And so then she began to ask him for this water. I mean, she began to ask him for this water so she won't thirst again. Little did she know, I forget. But anyway, little did she know that who she was talking to was not only the one who would give her water that she would never thirst again, but also he was the God of the well. So much so that he quenched that thirst, that she dropped the bucket and took off running to tell the town, because they knew she was thirsty, right? To tell the town, yo, I finally things. He done gave me everything. I ain't gotta be with another man to pay no bills for me. He has finally, all my needs have been met. I finally have a place to worship. I don't have to want no more. He satisfies me completely. So much so that the town came to see who she was talking about and they became converted. So our testimony, right? Our change comes when we finally meet the man who is the Lord. When we meet him, he changes us. He tells us all about us, even though he busts us out. Amen? Yeah. But it's a good busting out. Yeah. He busts us out to heal us so that he can send us back out so that now many more can be saved. You won't be by yourself. You won't be experiencing this joy, this excitement, this satisfaction alone. You want everybody to know. I finally found the man.
Oh my goodness.
Now, challenging thoughts.
Okay.
She was married, but single. Look at your eyebrows. So is it possible?
Come on.
That you could be married and single?
Married and single.
Because the husband she was with, he wasn't meeting the need, was he? So now, single women, single woman, is the man really gonna meet your need? But if you meet the one, come on, he'll send everyone and everything you need. So even though I got a bill that's due, guess what? My insecurities won't allow me to just give in. Excuse me, not insecurities. So my security in the Lord won't allow me to bend to accept what you got to offer.
Wow.
I'm bigger than a bill.
Okay, come on.
I'm bigger than your house. And that car you got me driving, I can still be empty.
Okay.
In my Benz. Let's talk about it. But it's something about, here it is now, she met Jesus at the well. She went running back. It wasn't on no chariot. She ain't had no problem with running to tell the town about the man that she met. Who was walking. But met a need. Period.
I'm talking about, he didn't have no royalties, no Benzes, no nothing.
But everything that she needed and everything we needed was all wrapped up in him. And he said, now, if you accept me like this, you do know I got royalty flowing through my veins. You might be struggling now on this side. But when I come back, to take you home. And see, that's a whole nother thing. You got me going now, here. But another thing, like back in the Jewish culture, the custom was that the man, the groom, would go back to the father's house to prepare a place for his bride, who he was coming back for. Come on. She was at her mama and daddy's house getting ready for the groom to come back. She didn't know when he was coming back for her. But she had to get ready for when the groom come. He was going back to his father's house to prepare a place for her. Is Jesus not doing that? He said, listen, I'm going. I'll be back though. Get ready. I'm coming to bring you back to my father's house. And in my father's house, there are many mansions. You struggling now. On your best day, it's a raggedy day down here. But then there will come a time where we will be in the Father's presence and we will have undisturbed worship and fellowship. We won't have to be divided with all these responsibilities and obligations. Guess what? We will finally be in the role that we were created to be, which was his daughter and his son.
Okay.
I ain't got nothing else.
I'm trying to get back to the daughter stage. You ain't got nothing else.
Start practicing now is the best thing I can say. So like when it comes
but you understand what I'm saying?
And when it comes to the full transparency part is that I didn't live long single. So the question that you're asking, I don't have practical, tangible, or an experience. I'm just gonna be honest. And so with that being said, I do know that through my coaching experiences that I have met single women that are so rich in their singleness that you wouldn't know that they didn't have a husband. Like they just in a place of satisfaction in the Lord. And then I've met married women. They are married, but they have no connection with their spouse. They're single.
Right.
Right? And so it's just that, yeah, there is you can be excellent in singleness, and there is an excellence in marriage.
Okay.
And and so I believe, this is just my conviction. I believe that once you come into a place of contentment, not complacency, contentment in your singleness, that's when you're finally ready to join in with another person and share life.
Right.
Because now, just like they had this fix my life. No, I don't need you to fix my life. I need you to come along and journey with me in life. And I think that that's what makes the difference in quality marriages.
Right.
The husband is not trying to change her. She's not trying to change him. We complement each other. And we journey in this life. And we figuring it out together.
Right.
Versus, I need you to fix me. And I need my bills paid. Because ultimately, a lot of times with women, that's really why we want to get with somebody.
Right. The security.
They're earthly now. They're earthly now. You got to really make it plain.
Right.
Yeah, I just want somebody to flex. And the same thing with a man. He just want him a dime on his shoulder. He just don't want to be alone. But half of them, I'm telling you, I'm a marriage coach.
Yeah.
Half of them, they ain't connecting. They have a relation. They are in a relationship, meaning husband and wife. Again, there are roles, but there is no connection. They ain't connected. Yeah. So it's like one sleep in one room and one sleep in the other room. What kind of foolishness is that?
Right. I'm
not saying that if you do that don't mean, but because it could be different reasons. But my point is that there is tension present, and that there is no connection. I mean, like, I said I do, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Or, we husband and wife, but I don't know them like that. Hence, that's where infidelity kicks in and adultery show up.
Right. Yeah.
So,
that's good. Man, I can go on and on. I'm sitting here thinking about when I was married. What was I thinking? What did I know and what I didn't know? And I was in my 20s. So now we back here.
And who was teaching a class on how to be a wife?
Girl,
or what to expect?
Didn't know nothing.
Or what not to put, or what not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we saying I do, but to what?
Right.
Yes,
and it makes sense. We went, we had the marriage counseling beforehand, and that's because that's what somebody told us we had to do. But it's some real counseling that needs to go on.
Yep, you gotta uncover some stuff.
You really do. And I'm not here in my eye, but I'm glad that I do have that to reflect on. I'm not diminishing me being married. I did stay married almost 10 years. Okay, so that's. So I'm not diminishing that. However, I can reflect back to and know what I'm understanding now. Oh, I wish I had it back then, because I would have never ever, not even saying I would have never married that person, but it's so many levels that you do still have to go through. And I just took the first train smoking. I'm out.
And mind you said you was in your 20s.
Yeah.
You looking for somewhere just to rest and lay your head, right? You basically, a lot of times we can marry for survival.
Right.
We're not marrying for companionship or just to be in covenant. Like you ready to do love together? If that makes sense. But so going back to saying I do, a lot of us saying the words but not understanding that it's a covenant, which goes back to what we started with. Yes. It was a decision. Yeah. That means I cut everybody else off. That's what a covenant is.
Right.
It was a cutting of the animal, and the covenant parties will walk through their blood. Right. And say that nothing can cause me to cut this covenant off but death. Wow. So we saying I do, and I realize. So when we say to death do us part, it's a covenant. I'm telling you this for life. Yeah. And I'm not playing with my life. And since I know I have to carry you for all the rest of my days, hold on, let me stop and think if this is what I want to do.
That's what I really do want to do.
And do I want to do it with you? Because I am going to live life to my full days.
Right.
But do I want to do that with you? Can I trust you to carry me when I'm out of it?
Yeah.
When I have no motivation, can you get me motivated and get me back in life again? When I have no inspiration means being breathed upon. When I have no breath, I am exhausted. I don't want to go no more. I don't want to no more.
Right.
Can you breathe life into me? Now, you will want a person on earth to do that, but Jesus is saying that's what he does. I'm your motivation.
Right.
He just adding to what I done told you in my word. So now I'm not going to Patrick as my sole inspiration and motivation.
Right.
I'm going to the word of God, and I'm encouraging him to do the same, so that when he sees something that I can't see, because I've never seen me on the outside.
Right.
When he see me start to move different, he can speak life into me. Why? Because we both in the source. Going back to we are in the one who is the giver of motivation in life.
Yes.
See? But you can do that single. You can start practicing now.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not moving till I say my prayers. I'm not moving till I get into the word of God. Just like I would not miss, you would not, we do not miss a day. We shouldn't miss a day of brushing our teeth, washing our face, combing our hair, making sure that we in a place to be able to receive wellness in life. Yeah. Why would I miss getting in the word of God?
Why?
That's my life. Even if I don't understand it, I'm going to go to that one scripture and I'm going to hold on to that and ask the Holy Spirit to open that thing up. Because my spirit needs life. And this Chick-fil-A can't meet it. It don't get to my spirit. It just keep my body going. And they barely do it.
Okay. But it do.
Going back, you know what? I want to delete Chick-fil-A. Let's go back to that water.
Why?
Because I'm going to tell you why. We're
Okay.
going to go back to the well.
Okay.
Because now you can go so many days without food, but you can't go long without water. He said, you done went too long without this water. We won't live in water. I don't want to thirst no more.
What if you didn't have Chick-fil-A?
Come on. I need water. The human body cannot go more than 3 days without water. So now imagine spiritually. You going, how many years you been without Jesus? You ain't got in the word. And this is the living water. Did you hear me? So yeah, I'm going to be thirsty if I ain't drunk no water. And thank God, that's grace and mercy that she lived that long. But she was coming looking for worship. And we do too. We look for a place to, worship is idolize, a place to adore. I want a place that I can adore that won't disappoint me.
Come on.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
You mean to tell me you won't fail me? I'll never fail. Are you gonna leave me? Cause everybody done walked out. I can't give no my mother. I used to drink from her breast, and now she won't even give me nothing to drink no more. My daddy ain't there. He walked out. He chose to not participate in my growth. He said, I promise. I ain't like them folks. And listen, I know it make you cry, but I promise you, in the scripture it say, in the scripture in Psalm 27, I want to say 27 and 10, it say, when my father and mother forsake me, then you will take me in. You mean the place that I have always gotten life will leave me? Yes, she not gonna call. She not gonna give two hoots about what's going on in your life. He is not gonna meet your need. Daddy just cut you off. He said, but I got you. Watch you still live.
Oh, that's good.
I ain't got no more care, baby.
Lord have mercy. I'm glad I asked that question. Let me just say that. And it's still going to be a part two. So, because I need to hear more. But we got to end this podcast. and it's really it's been good. I have a lot of questions. I hope and pray that you come on back.
I will be honored to come back.
I hope that you come on back. So I'm gonna put a Shemika.
Hilarious.
That's Shemika side over there. You don't know what you done did.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, I do hope it bless somebody.
Yeah. I'm blessed. I mean, you know, I'm always blessed in your presence though. Just know that.
Praise
You know I tell you all the time,
You
but
do.
you know, I'm just you know, anyway. I ain't gonna go on and on about that, but she know. But yeah, you know, it's been good. As you can see, it is nighttime. So we have been talking, but I am so thankful and I am so appreciative and I'm so happy that you came to KariMePodcast.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're gonna be a part of this journey with me. So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
But again, thank you for listening to KariMePodcast, where you can carry life conversations with you. I do hope that that this episode, I feel like I'm on a reality show or something.
That's good.
I hope that this podcast has enlightened you, and I hope that you're able to carry this with you throughout your life. But I did want to say this before I forgot. Shemika and her husband, what am I supposed to say, Pastor Patrick?
Just he would probably want you to just say Patrick.
Patrick, okay. Patrick has a they have a YouTube show. It's called His Wife, Her Husband, and they are now newly life, I don't want to say life coaches, but for marriage couples, and she getting ready to be for single couples. I'm sorry, single women or men as well.
So we are certified marriage and life coaches.
Okay,
so it
that's
is
good.
both. We are certified marriage and life coaches.
Yes.
And yeah, so we on YouTube.
Yes.
And I want to say that is at His Wife Her Husband. I'm still learning these handles and stuff.
Right.
But it's at His Wife Her Husband, and that's one word. And then we're on Instagram, and the handle is at His Wife Her Husband 97.
Okay.
So yeah, yep, that's it.
So y'all tune in and listen. It's inspiring and Inspire Church.
And Inspire Church.
Talk about that?
Inspire Church Memphis.
Yes.
Yes. Y'all can go ahead and download the app.
Yes.
Inspire Church Memphis.
Right.
And yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
We're here in Memphis, Tennessee.
That's right.
But yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna end this podcast. But again, thank you for listening to KariMePodcast, where you can carry life conversations with you. Y'all enjoy yourself and have a good weekend, life, everything that goes under that. But yeah, be good, be safe, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.
Take care. Awesome sauce, Kip.